Yes, lads, back for episode 31 of the Fulham career mode. So, in today's episode, we've got 5 games for a change today. Normally, it's the usual 4, but we've got a big cup game against Chelsea. The first game of the episode it is, and as we can see, we see a very big offer on the screen. Obviously, I did apply for this. I just thought, you know what, I'll see what happens. I don't know if anyone rates how we're doing in the league, but obviously, United got back to us and said, 70 grand a week, mate, we'll have you. But after some great deliberation, I thought, you know what, maybe reject this one. Because you can see we sort of hover. I did actually think about it a little bit, but I thought, you know what? Everyone's dedicated to the Fulham career mode. That's what we want to see. That's what we care about. And that is what we ended up doing. So we go to the first press conference of the episode, I guess. We never do pre-game ones because they don't make a difference. Press conference is the most broken thing on this game. It's obviously a joke. There's a lot more broken things in this, including the gameplay and the AI being overpowered. But we do try and boost the morale. It's just so dodgy. I try and boost. Look, finally I did something. That's the only reason I showed it. I do one every episode. I do about 3 every episode, and they don't even do anything. So I think I'll not include it this episode. But thankfully, this one actually paid off. So we do go into the first game of the episode. We have got Chelsea in the FA Cup. I'm not sure who the tifo is. It looks like Gareth Bale, but I don't think it is. I'm not actually sure myself, but definitely look like him. But we see the team very changed team. Sirigu, Bryan, Adarabioyo, Ramos, and Robinson are the back 5 we've got. We've got Kennedy and Domingo Villa in midfield. Kearney on the right as the captain, Benzema as the central attacking midfielder, Demir on the left, and Stansfield as the striker. So Villa's first game for us. Villa, however you pronounce it, he's Argentinian, and I know he's an absolute baller. 6-2, looks like an absolute weapon. But in the 10th minute, Sirigu makes a phenomenal save. I think it was from Havertz. Very good save from the Italian former PSG goalkeeper. But they do get a corner from it. They take them short all the time. And like everything just flicks off you, so they get every lucky ricochet back. Eventually Demir does break away with the ball against Savic as well. So Stefan Savic, as we realise, is not the quickest. It's definitely like Milinkovic Savic. Run down the wing, straight to Stansfield. And he had a glorious opportunity to put us 1-0 up. Put it wide of the post. But straight after that, Chelsea went through and Sirigu made another unbelievable save from Havertz. Popping off the old goalkeeper. He definitely kept in the game there. Very good save from the experienced stopper. I mean, the defence, I like Tosin, to be fair. He does have a really good game this game, no matter what the score was. Yeah, he was really good this game. I do like Adarabioyo. And Sirigu does make another save. So Tosin's going to play a bit more this episode, to be fair. Get a few more games. He don't really get a lot of chances, but this episode I'll try and make sure I can get him out a little bit more, but Chelsea do eventually lose possession. But in the 35th, they get a throw. They play it in really well. Kante to Lukaku to Ziyech like that. Pulisic, very easy chance. Absolutely thumps it into the top corner. What an absolute finish that was. Yeah, absolutely. They were not... That wasn't fair, to be fair. That was like when you're playing against school kids. I mean, when I was a school kid. When you're playing against year 7s, when you're like year 10. You just hit ball a lot harder than them, and that's what that looked like. So, sounded really sus that originally. But yeah, we are 1-0 up at half-time. Very mediocre first half. Chelsea did dominate, and then Lukaku just makes it 2. Sort of seals the game for him, to be fair. It's a good finish from the big Belgian, and he's a good player, isn't he? I know he's come out in the media and said how much he hates being at Chelsea, basically, but he's a good player. I mean, if he wants to come to Fulham, we'll have him. Him and Mitrovic up front sounds like a horrifying defence to play against. But we are still pushing for at the end of the game. Silas picks up the ball. Melo with a finesse shot. It's just wide of the post. Hits the outside post. The captain who came on off the bench at some point. But from the resulting goal kick, we've seen it before. And I'll tell you what, we'll see it again. Edouard Mendy makes an absolute shambles of that clearance. I nearly called him Benjamin again then. Absolute shambles of that clearance. It's very easily picked off by Stansfield. And Jay Stansfield makes it 2-1. But unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do in the game. We lose 2-1. It's an alright result. I know we're losing the cup, but against the Chelsea first team when they had Kante playing, Havertz playing, a lot of the second teamers did play really well, including Tosin and Viga. But we're going to the press conference because, to be fair, that was a very like promising game. A lot of young talented players in our team who definitely got a good run out in that game. I just think a lot of the players we have at the moment will probably be on their way out in the summer, including people like Kearney and potentially Benzema. I do like Benzema. He adds a lot to the team, but he has only played 13 games this season, so we'll see what happens. But we'll just go straight into the next game. I think we did all right in hindsight, to be fair. We do go into the next game, though. We've got another away game against Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I believe it's called. It's a very, very nice team. I say it all the time. Son as the Tifo. That is actually realistic as a Tifo. We see the team. Ramsdale comes back in goal. Hateboer, Tanganga, Gavardiel and Robinson as the back four. Bellingham and Anguissa as your midfield. You've got Wilson and Miller as your attacking midfielders. And then you've got your two strikers, Sadiq and Mitrovic. Ramos, Sessegnon, Silas, Villa, Adarabioyo, Demir and Sirigu are on the bench. So in the 12th minute, Tottenham come forward with the ball. Lo Celso playing the ball to Ali. It's a very well blocked by Tanganga against his former side. As you can see, Dele Alli just gets a lucky ricochet and he twats it in, doesn't he? He just scores. There's nothing I can do about that. I defended that quite well, to be honest. Not to toot me, I know it was quite good defending, but obviously the game thought, you know what, I fancy scoring this time. So they do go 1-0 up. And then again, Hateboer gives away the ball in a very dangerous place, and Ramsdale makes a very good save with his non-leading arm. I don't know how he made that save, to be fair. It was a very weird animation, but a good save nonetheless from Ramsdale. As Harrison Reed comes through with the ball, our former player against us. This would have been the featured game, but I didn't really fancy featuring a ginger traitor on our screens. No, I'm joking, we did sell him. But we do try and come forward with the attack. Very well played through by the boys. Wilson cuts inside past Harrison Reed, who's nowhere near him. And again, it's just wide of the post. It flies past Lloris's right-hand corner. And we are finished for the first half. So very difficult half to break them down. You'll see the stats, and they were really defensive, Tottenham. Really defensive. They play like a 5-back with Eric Dyer there. A massive slabhead like Maguire. And Militao is rapid. 0.3 expected goals. 2.5 for them. Ramsdale definitely kept us in the game for the most part. And we're taking Wilson off. He was very, very poor in that first half. I think I took him off. I mean, I clicked on him. I think I took him off. Anyway, it's a bit irrelevant now. In the 55th, though, Son comes through, just sprints straight through the boys. Gavardiel trying to get across desperately. Kane forced another good save from Ramsdale with his non-leading hand. And look at him. You can't understand what he's saying. Is he saying goals? Is he saying skulls? No one really knows. But Tottenham just retained the ball very well. Militao going short for that corner. Just retains the ball so well. It's so ridiculous. We just try and get it out of play a little bit. Because they're very defensive. But Sadiq plays the ball forward. He's just running past his man Reguilon. Absolutely burning him for pace. He's nowhere near. Wilson stays on. I'll tell you, Wilson stays on because he actually ends up scoring. There you go. I was about taking Wilson off, but I didn't. It's been resolved now. He does the Son celebration, and look at that. I would say I do them by accident because I don't know any celebrations, but I love it when it's against players who do them celebrations in real life. So good finish, very good finish. As I would say, is a joke because that's a massive ricochet, Lloris nowhere near that. Very unlucky from the Frenchman, but we do go 1-1. But Tottenham coming in the 72nd minute. Greenwood, no one's closed him down. I didn't think he'd score from here. But as you can see, he somehow does. I don't understand how. Such a good finish against Ramsdale, who's a very good goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, he's a good goalkeeper. But that is ridiculous. I don't know if he should have saved it. It's front post, but I don't know if he could have done much better. But then again, he does make an amazing save from Son here. Again with his his non-leading hand to keep the score at 2-1. I wanted to get the ball and have a counter-attack when they've got like two defenders back. But they just play a short corner, you can't get ball off him. Look at that turn from Lo Celso. You don't see him doing that in real life for Tottenham anyway. Maybe for Betis, but not for Tottenham. And we do actually intercept the ball, but even though in real life they'd let us counter-attack that, we're 2v2. They didn't on this because game's broken. But we do lose the game 2 on the second consecutive defeat for us, and especially against two London teams. It's very disappointing. And we see Son celebrating. As he had a very good game, to be fair. He was really good. Dele Alli scored, so that's always depressing. And we were a lot better in the second half, to be fair. We had more expected goals, more shots in the second half. But overall, Tottenham did sort of edge the game. But Ramsdale did have a very good game. So we can't complain too much with that. But Greenwood got the man of the match after his amazing goal. And we just go straight into the youth academy. And there's two players. Well, to be fair, all four players are like good players you could loan out. But Ryan McKnight, 5-star, 5-star. 5'7", looks a bit like Kante. He's got 86 pace and 80 physical. So, absolute baller. He's Northern Irish as well, so we're getting a little British contingent in the team. To be fair, he'd start for them in real life. 100% start for them in real life. He'd be their best player. After Stephen Davies, of course. But then we call up another player, Rees. I think he's Scottish or something like that. So we call him up as well. Another player in the team. Another young player we can loan out next season. And then we go straight into the next game against Everton at Goodison Park. Not the nicest stadium in Liverpool, although it is a nice stadium. So we do see this is our featured game today. Very interesting game. This very impactful game in terms of the season. Is that a Cenk Tosun tifo? Because I'm not sure about that. If it actually is, that is embarrassing. If that's one of their tifos, I'd be very, very disappointed if that's actually one of the things they've got in the game. But you see their team. You can see a couple of players have got there. Paco Alcacer, obviously a danger man. Scored a few goals from this season. You see our team, we're playing a very, very strong team. Very strong lineup. Ramos, as you can see already, comes in with bright blonde hair. We do like Ramos on the channel. Very young, very good. And we have a quick look at Everton's team for the start of the feature game. We have the tiny arm T-Rex in goal, Pickford. Castagna, Godfrey, Mina and Pellegrini is the back four. Christensen, Decore is the midfielders with Poadu, Aaron Ramsey, Melamed and Alcacer as their front four. And of course, Cenk Tosun's on the bench, and so is Gylfi Sigurdsson. So, you can't write it on FIFA. See our team there, we've got a 4-2-2-2, Ramsdale in goal, Hataboa, Adebayo, Ramos and Gavardio. Bellingham and Villa in midfield. Anguissa is absolutely, I'm going to say shattered, but he's obviously playing. I keep doing this. I don't think about the team before I do it, but yeah, he's actually playing. So we just took Wilson out of the team. So yeah, we've got a strong team out. It just confused me a bit then because we had no noise for some reason. Then noise just kicks in, and you're like, shit, where's the noise coming from? But that's FIFA for you again. So we see a very strong team. We've got a very strong lineup. Cocking up the commentary again as usual, nothing surprising, and we're looking at that man himself with the I'm not going to say he's got a dodgy hairline. Back of his hair looks a bit suspect to be honest, but he's a good player, isn't he, Mella? We do like Mella, fantastic, absolute baller. Shame he's not real. And we do get underway again at Goodison Park against Everton. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a stroke, but from kick-off very early on, Pellegrini gets absolutely turned by Demir, who crosses it in very early, and Mella makes it 1-0. How easy was that? On his weak foot as well, he just cuts it across with his new pink boots, across Pickford, and we are 1-0 up. Demir did really well to turn Luca Pellegrini then. But we do go straight into the 9th minute again, where Pickford clears the ball up. Bellingham wins a header very comfortably. Villa is passing the ball to Anguissa. Mitrovic with a beautiful turn and spin, straight past Mina, and it's another goal. I know Yerry Mina's he's like the BFG and he big friendly giant, but he's fucking placid, isn't he, sometimes? Jesus, that were not the best from Mina. That he struggled against Mella, who's built like a stick, so not great from them. But again in the 21st, Mella forces a good save from Pickford, but he scores a 20-minute hat-trick, and it's absolutely insane play from Mella. And he's such a good player. Such a good player. Very good, comfortable one in the air. And he does make it 3-0. Look at that. Good cross from Demir. Second assist of the game. Started to come alive a bit again. He were all right last season, but he's starting to come around a bit this season. Same as Wilson. We've got an abundance of attacking players, to be fair. But then again, we come again. Villa straight through to Mitrovic for Villa's first assist and Mitrovic's 20-something goal this season. What a goal that is. I just don't know what to say. I have no words. The captain spins his man. Well, man were nowhere near him, were they? Spins the ball away. It's just so easy. He just turned Godfrey with like 85 pace. And it's just easy. Easy for Mitrovic. 4-0 at half-time against Everton as the first half whistle is soon to go. Just absolute domination. 21 in 28 for Mitrovic. Absolute weapon of a man. Absolute weapon of a man. And fortunate for us, as Everton are attacking, they do play the ball back and they do incur the first half whistle. So strong first half. Strong first half, and fans are clapping away. Very good first half, to be fair. That 4-0 against the Toffees at Goodison. Jesus, these are on a downward slope. Absolute downward slope. So we do really well, but we're going to the 56th minute. Everton actually get an attack. Poadu, who usually scores against us, plays it through to Ramsey. It's a very good finish from the Welshman. I remember I could have signed him a few years, well, I think last year from Piemonte Calcio, just before his contract was going to expire. But I think Everton might have signed him. It might have been the season before. But we definitely had a chance to sign him, but we just didn't. But, I mean, again, quality player. As Villa comes through with the ball in the next attack. Mitrovic again. Finding Mella. Can he score 4? Pickford makes a very good save with his tiny arms. Tips the ball away. Look how angry he is. Oh, he's a weird bloke, isn't he? You know, if you saw him down the street, you'd think you were on something. And then we just see Gylfi Sigurdsson coming on, so that even tops it. It's a good save from Pickford again, straight from that. But I mean, just honestly, what the fuck is Sigurdsson doing in the game still? I can't work it out. He's been accused of so much stuff. And it's lucky it weren't him who scored this, it was Decore, because I'd have been teething. I'd have restarted the game and played it all again. But how is he still in the game? It's just dodgy from EA. Just get rid of him. He's not been found guilty of anything yet. Same with Mendy. But they're just not nice blokes. And we win the game 4-2. Good result. Sorry, I shouldn't really talk about stuff like that, but it's just dodgy when they're still in game. Just take them out for the time being until something gets resolved. And I mean, obviously, win the game 4-2. Very good result against Everton. Not a very good second half, but good result from the boys. Mella with a hat-trick. Mitrovic with another one. Another assist for Mitrovic as well. So we did really well against a very good team, Everton, to be fair. Very good team. They are playing like a load of pensioners in the starting 11 still. But we did comfortably annihilate them at Goodison Park. So we do go into the fourth game of the episode at the Cottage again. I think the tifos of Wilson. We've got Leeds United at home. And we all ate Leeds, don't we? We all ate Leeds scum. So we start with Sirigu in goal this time after Ramsdale's shocking error last game. I know I bought him out, but he didn't backtrack or anything. He sort of came out even more when I tried to stop him too. So we see the team, very strong team. We've got, obviously, Kennedy and Wilson aren't in the team all the time, to be fair. And Geese has been dropped to the bench. So before we see Leeds team, we just kick straight off because I'm not watching their team come out because it's just going to be a bunch of has-beens or people aren't very good anymore. But straight from kickoff, look at that from Mella. Breezes past Mason Holgate, which isn't saying much. It forces a very good save from Meslier, who comes to his team's rescue there, the Frenchman. He's still only like 23 on this save, I think, so not a bad keeper we could go for. As he makes another save, and Leeds do finally get the ball clear. In the 22nd, Leeds, Douglas Luiz plays the ball to Melando. It's a very good save by Sirigu. But they do obviously get a corner from it. I mean, look at that from a save from Sirigu. Very good goalkeeping from the Italian. He's had quite a good episode, to be fair, so far. But as I say, they do get a corner, whip one in, and honestly, that header was a free header. He should have done a lot better with that. But it does give us the chance to break. So Mella's looking for Mitrovic, and he finds him. Very clear. Stuart Dallas, who's retiring at the end of the season. Easy through ball, and what a finish that is by Mitrovic. Low-driven shot across Meslier, and the Frenchman, 6'5" wonder kid, he's nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Look at that from a through ball, and a very good run by Mitrovic. Dallas ain't catching him there, is he? Look at that from a finish, though. Jeez, what a goal. What a goal from Mitrovic. But Douglas Luiz, I don't know why he's gone to Leeds, to be fair, from Villa. But plays a nice dribble to Rafinha, straight through to Patrick Bamford. And obviously Patrick Bamford, the posh boy, scores against us. It's a very good finish, to be fair, from Bamford. Good play by Rafinha. I'm surprised he's still at Leeds on this, to be fair. But still probably Italian, like Football Manager, and not Brazilian. But yeah, we are 1-1 at half-time. Not sure if we deserve to be drawing at half-time. I think we deserve to be winning on the balance of play. Meslier made quite a few good saves, but it is what it is. But we do go again, straight from kick-off. Mitrovic threw on goal, and he absolutely shrugs the defender off the ball. It's men against boys, this sometimes. Mitrovic, he doesn't even look built, but he is. That's the thing about him. He's just pure muscle. Pure beefy bastard, that's what they say. As Kennedy gives away the ball and Leeds do attack, Bamford absolutely paces Adebayo, puts him on the weights. So easy by the looks of it. And he should score, he hits the crossbar, but Adebayo made it look way too easy then. Way too easy. As in the 72nd, we go through again, still only 2-1 up. Sadiq on goal, Llorente's trying to track back. The Spanish centre-back has got no pace left, no energy, and it's just an easy finish by Sadiq. He does the Dele Alli celebration because we all ate Dele Alli on the channel. I mean, we don't really. It's just a bit of a knob, isn't he? But yeah, we do go again. 76th. It becomes a bit of a car crash for Leeds, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Silas makes it 4-1. It's becoming a bit of a dangerous score for Leeds. It's not looking good for their defence, is it? I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're playing Stuart Dallas in defence, to be honest, and he's about 38. So you can understand why, but they're playing a back five, and it's just so open. So open. And again, it's a very good block by Bellingham. And eventually we do win the ball back with Tanganga. I mean, look at that. How much bullshit was in that ricochet? I'm not being funny, but went straight back to him and he hit it first time and Sirigu had to pull off. It was a good save. Not a world, it was a good save. And we do bring Mellor off, but it's a bit dodgy, and it's a bit dodgy. As Mitrovic does win the resulting header and Wilson finds Silas, who's against Tyler Roberts, and Tyler Roberts has not got the pace to keep up with Silas. Nowhere near. And you can see the man on the back post in Harry Wilson, crossed it into him, and Wilson just heads it in past Meslier. Tucks it in past him. It's a very good header, to be fair. Very solid by the Welshman. Good play by Silas. And it is 5-1, but just before the end of the game, Bellingham picks up the ball. Zambo Anguissa against Mitrovic, who absolutely steamrolls past Holgate, who's been nowhere this game. Finds Mitrovic again, who gets his hat-trick, completes his hat-trick with a sixth goal in the game. A third for him. 6-1 up against Leeds at the Cottage. Now that is embarrassment for Leeds. I mean, we're a very good side, but Jesus. You don't be conceding 6 against anyone. We have done it against, I think it was City in the Cup, but that Cup doesn't really count, does it? In the league, it's horrendous when you're playing your first team. But we do win the game 6-1. Very, very comfortable victory, that. To say we scored 4 of our goals in the last 75 minutes, it did feel like we'd already won the game at 2-1. Because Leeds didn't really create anything, they just got a lucky chance later in the game through Bamford. But we see that man picks up the match ball, and he deserves it. He does deserve it. Goes straight into the press conference, asking me a couple of questions I want to ask me about the match. And we just focus on Mitrovic. I don't know how many times I want to say that in the series. Just so many more times I can imagine. He's just such a good player, such an influential and key player in the team. Everyone's very happy in the team. Look at the morale of us. We're very high at the moment. We're 4th in the league still. And we're just doing really well. Really, really well after 2 good results. 1 against Everton, 1 against Leeds. We've scored 10 goals. And we're just looking really good. We're looking really, really solid. Focus on Mitrovic before the game, because why not? The man scores every goal for us. He's such a good player. I don't know how he's so good with 77 pace. He used to have like 56 and he was good, so that's probably how. But we do go into the final game of the episode. And it, of course, is a home game against the mighty Arsenal. The mighty Arsenal come to the Cottage. We see the team. Ramsdale against his former club starts in goal. Hateboa, Tanganga, Adarabioyo and Gavardiol fill up the back 4. That's not the formation. It's Bellingham and Anguissa as the midfielders. Wilson and Silas as the attacking midfielders. And then Mellor and Mitrovic lead the line. After Mitrovic and Mellor have both scored a hat-trick in one of the last games between them. So very early in the game, Arsenal break a bit. Pineda, the Mexican footballer, plays the ball through to Odegaard. And I swear Lozek's offside there, but he's not. And he just dinks the goalkeeper, Ramsdale. It's a good finish. Hatebo's very unlucky not to get the ball back. I was going to say Arsenal are 18th in the league, by the way. Like, what the shit is happening in this save? I don't know. I don't know. We are 1-0 down, and then Arsenal get another chance just before half-time. Smith Rowe crosses the ball in. Hateboa does really well to get there to stop a goal, a certain goal, I might add. And Mitrovic looks for Wilson because the right-back Tomiyasu pushes up for some inexplicable reason. And Wilson punishes him, posting in. Very good finish. That's a great goal, that is. That's a great goal. What's the word? He copies Son. Very, very good finish, that is. Very good goal. And he does make it 1-1. To be fair, we have deserved it on the balance of play because they've done fuck all as well as us, so that's probably why. But it was 1-1 at half-time. Just before the whistle went, we did manage to score, so a very good finish by Wilson. And we focus on Ramsdale because he did have a decent half. He made a decent save, I guess, from the one which I thought was going to be a goal, but it was 1-1 at half-time. And to be fair, we were a little bit less fortunate. I think we might have been 1-0 up. But straight after the restart, we do score with Zambo Anguissa. I don't know what I just said, by the way. I chat some right shit while I'm talking. So I apologise for that. But look at that from a finish by Zambo Anguissa. Good football. Mitrovic with another assist. How many more assists can he get? Hateboa playing good football with Bellingham. Mitrovic just looks for the space. And Anguissa in his weak foot makes it 2-1. Arsenal do come again. 20 minutes later. Playing some nice football. Look at that. Thomas Partey. Very nice turn on Sadiq. Playing the ball through to Smith Rowe, who somehow finds a through ball to Odegaard. And what a finish that is. Tossing was nowhere near him, but come on, that through ball, ridiculous. I don't know what to say. Sometimes I'm speechless, and that is very rare. Very rare for me to be speechless, but look at that from a through ball. And Odegaard does punish us again. In the 71st, though, Just over 2/3 of the game played. Mitrovic threw on goal. And what do you think is going to happen against a 73 rated Spanish wannabe goalkeeper? He thumps in the top corner. That was an amazing goal, wasn't it? Come on, look at that finish. That man has ice in his veins. He is cold-blooded. He is like a snake, but not a snake in terms of going to leave us, a snake in terms of cold-blooded. That's what I meant. What a finish that was. What an absolute worldie. But again we go. Gvardiol picks up the ball. Looking for an overlap from a player. Anguissa's the man. Plays it to Mella. Straight across the goalkeeper. 4-2. I don't know what to say apart from fantastic football. Fantastic football. Absolutely dominating Arsenal. And that celebration is just... That's a thumbnail in itself. That is like a Jesus Christ sort of thumbnail, that. Falling into his fans. Very good finish by Mella. And he just sealed the game. 4-2. Very well deserved that. First half a bit ropey. I still thought we were unlucky to be level in the first half, but very, very good result against Arsenal again. So 3 back-to-back wins in the Premier League. Very, very solid results. A lot of goals. I think we've scored 14 in the last 3 games. That is what you call a good side. So press conference is very positive as usual. It's a shame they don't actually ask real questions in actual voices and they just write something, you have to read it on screen. Imagine if you can't read.
That'll be all, thank you.
You're shafted, aren't you? Absolutely shafted. But we do win the game. Very comfortable, and we're 4th in the league. Look at that. Liverpool have got a game in hand over us, and they're only 2 points behind. I think to be fair, we've got a good chance of top 4. Can we make top 4? Are we now favourites for the top 4? Would you say we're breaking into the top 4 possibly? And we look at Arsenal, 18th place. I hope they go down. It'd be hilarious. You know, I'd take them over if they go down. I'll take them over, get them back up, get them to top 4 in the first season. Look at the top scorers in the league though. Mitrovic with 25, Mella with 18 goals, Sadiq with 15. That's just that 3 strikers. Well, they are strikers to be fair, aren't they? Amazing. Mitrovic's got 21 assists. Sadiq has got 13. Mella's got 9, and Zambo Anguissa's got 8. Look at that. Just so good. So good as a team. Ramsdale doesn't get any clean sheets anymore. He got 4 at the start of the season. I thought we might get 10, but that's not going to happen at this rate. Such a good little squad we've got going. We'll have a look at the next episode. So in the next episode, we've got an away game against Forest at Forest Park. Something's called Sunbollocks like that. We've got an home game against Liverpool at the Cottage and a home game against Chelsea at the Cottage. And then to wrap up the next episode, we'll have an away game at not Upton Park, sorry. It's called the Olympic Stadium now, isn't it? So yeah, but I really appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Cheers.